Lance Leipold put it in a good way, or you guys put it in a good way today, talking about basically when fans look at it, they want to be successful. And part of that is you got to beat your rivals. You got to have that ability to go to the water cooler, see the Missouri fan or the K State fan there and say, I got you this year. I got scoreboard over the next year. And Lance Leipold hasn't been able to do that yet. And the good thing for him is, I think, barring absolute disaster, I think he gets to continue to build on that legacy and potentially, get a chance to get across the finish line there. For Jalon, I hate it because I do think he's having such a special year, and certainly I can imagine what your guys' mentions were like. My mentions, there were a lot of people that were ready to cut bait with Jay. I'm tired of this. I'm done
Yeah.
with Jalon Daniels, and I hate to see that because, as you brought it up, he has broken so many streaks. I mean, when you look at just absolutely embarrassing things where, hey, you haven't won a Big 12 road game,
13
since,
years or whatever it was.
or whatever it was, and he leads you to a win at Texas. The West Virginia game, I feel like was a Jalon Daniels game, and that I felt like the team really ate off of kind of his energy in that game, where even after they got down 2 scores in Morgantown, it was sort of, he was like, okay, like let's have fun. And I think that 2022 team really fed off of the energy that he had early that year. That Duke team, people forget it now, they won 9 games that year,
Yeah.
and that Houston team, I think, won 8 games, and they went in, beat Duke here, go to Houston, win that game. And so I kind of push back a little bit on when people say, "Oh, Jalon hasn't won a big game," and you look at the 3 ranked games a year ago. But I do think that this is a game that, had Jalon found a way to beat K State, people would have looked at him wholly differently, and he would have been one of those guys that, when you call him back and you have a game here at the booth 8 years from now, and they say, "Hey, Jalon Daniels is in attendance," and he waves, that people were going to turn to the person next to him and say, "He's the guy that broke the K State streak. Here are the positive memories I have about him." And it's unfortunate because it's one game in there, but I do think that because of the way that game went, and because Jalon played so poorly, he might have lost a little bit of that for sure.